are the expectations in football for the Razorbacks right now? It's a legitimate answer. I mean, we're going on year, 6 for Sam Pittman? 2020 to 2026 now. I mean, 3-7 in an all SEC schedule, phenomenal year, 9-4. Things were riding high. It looked like Arkansas was about to kind of maybe go on a Bobby Petrino type run. And I say that because Arkansas got 3 conference wins in an SEC only schedule in 2020, and they went winless in league play in 2020. So I get the excitement, the fire, how excited you would have been about the 2021 season after winning your bowl game too, after winning the Outback Bowl. But since then, it's been a little bit of mediocrity and underachieving. 22-7-6, 23-4-8, 2024 7-6. Where are we going to go now? I think the Arkansas faithful, you tell me guys in the comments, are you kind of tired of going 6-6, 7-5? It's a big year 6 for Sam Pittman and his staff. And I'm here to tell you why they will be better in 2025 than they were last year in 2024. Guys, I am Dave Shumate, college football analyst here at the SEC Unfiltered channel. I am fired up about you guys joining us for this segment. But guys, before we get started, got to give credit where credit's due. It is to our proud title sponsor, FANDUEL. Visit FANDUEL.com/SECU to join today and get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. We couldn't do what we do at SEC Unfiltered without our buddies over at FanDuel. So I highly encourage you guys to go check them out. Go bet big on the Razorbacks. The team total right now is 5.5, I believe, for the Razorbacks over at our buddies at FanDuel. So, I mean, you may want to go place that bet after what I'm about to go tell you about the Razorbacks heading in to 2025. But let's get right into it. First reason why I think Arkansas will be better in 2025. I think it's second year under offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino. I mean, I was sitting there watching the Tennessee-Arkansas game last year, Arkansas's obvious best win from 2024. And his play call early in the game when it was 0-0, deep in Tennessee's territory, 4th and 1. When they have, I think they're in an I formation. You have Taylor Green, just going off the top of my head, under center. I think you have Jaquindon Jackson, and you had Braylon Russell kind of off to the side, and you had Jaquindon Jackson in the backfield. Everyone thinks it's going Jaquindon Jackson. You have the tight end set up over there. It looks like power to the right side, and he almost goes like a fullback dive, dude. A fullback dive to convert it. You throw some eye candy, some motion right there. Tennessee's linebackers, all they have to do is look to the side, get that peripheral a little bit. The head move, that's all they needed. I don't even fault Tim Banks, the Tennessee defensive coordinator. That was a very hard play to defend. I'm sure they didn't even rep it that week, Tennessee defensively. Just didn't see it coming. Hell of a play call to Braylon Russell right there. That just stood out to me. I mean, come on, second year under Bobby Petrino, add in, he gets a second year to train, mentor Taylor Green, who come over from Boise State, one of the more underrated players in college football last year. Because I know Arkansas wasn't some sexy pick last year. 7-6, got a big Liberty Bowl win against Texas Tech. But Taylor Green, big reason why Arkansas won 7 games, won 6 games in the regular season and their bowl game. He's going to take that next step this year. I think he's not talked about it enough about. Lost his best receiver in Andrew Armstrong, but I think Taylor Green, who Bobby Petrino personally handpicked from Boise, coming in second year, I think he's going to take that next step. I think just Petrino alone is a game or two just difference. Just his ability to game plan his game. Yeah, will there be some better defenses out there who have better personnel than Arkansas's offense? Yeah, because, I mean, Arkansas has some holes a little bit on the offensive line, the tight end spot, certainly at the receiver spot. So you have some holes surrounded. But, again, I just think his ability, just innate feel for the game is something we lack in college football a little bit as a play caller. I think Bobby Petrino has that. And I think second year under him will be key, just true X factor from that perspective. Staying on the offensive side of the ball, the second reason why I think the Hogs will be better. Offensive line should be somewhat improved there. Under second-year offensive line coach Eric Mateos, who came over from Baylor, I think kids getting acclimated to him as well will be key. Again, they brought in some transfer guys now. But I think bringing in Corey Robinson to play tackle allows Fernando Carmona to move inside, which is where he is best fit to play. Remember last year he had to play at tackle, and he looked like a fish out of water there at times. So I think that'll be key. Caden Kittler, a true center type of body who we signed when I was at UCF, my last year in college football in 2021. We signed him at UCF, kid from Dallas. Center only. I'm not a big guy, just likes to sign centers only. I like position versatility, preferably you can play 4 spots out of 5 on the offensive line. Obviously, I'd take 5, but 4 is usually a realistic number. I do think he could be an upgrade. I know they lost Patrick Kudus to Ole Miss, but he didn't play a lot till the end of the year due to a back injury. So, again, I still think Arkansas was willing to pay the price that Ole Miss was for that. It should be an improved unit. Again, I think Eric Mateos is going to have his ducks in a row. I think the offensive line should be at the very least just somewhat a little better, a little bit more consistency. I think they'll probably have some lows, and I should say this, probably the floor is a little higher. The ceiling probably about the same, maybe a little lower, but I think the floor is probably a little higher. And I think Sam Pittman knows he's an offensive line coach. I think you probably like that. Because, again, you don't want to – the ceiling – nobody talks about the offensive line unless they're really struggling. Bad snaps, holding penalties, false starts. You're just getting beat by an edge rusher all day. Like, I don't know. Me personally, as a former evaluator, still I like to consider myself a pretty good evaluator. I'd like the floor of my offensive line to be a little higher than the ceiling, if that makes sense. And again, I would love both, but we live in a realistic world here. So I think right off the bat, 2 reasons why Arkansas will be better in 2025. It's going to come from the offensive side of the ball, the continuity, Bobby Petrino, combination of Taylor Green, and I think the offensive line, second year under offensive line coach Eric Mateos, and I think some of the portal guys like Corey Robinson, Caden Kittler they brought over, allowing them to get their best 5 on the field, like I mentioned, moving Carmona inside, I think will be a significant help. Now, if you aren't already – we only talked to offense, but if you're already there and you want to go bet the over for the Razorbacks at 5.5 wins, go to our buddy over at FanDuel. Go to our buddy over at FanDuel, guys. You can bet on the Razorbacks currently. Right before I even recorded this, I went and looked. The FanDuel team total right now, over under 5.5 wins for Sam Pittman and the Razorbacks heading into 2025, guys. You can go over to our buddies at FanDuel Sportsbook and bet that. They're here to help. They make every moment more. The app is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Already have an account? FanDuel Sportsbook offers great promotions every day to all users. Profit boost tokens, new features like Parlay Hub, build your own same-game parlay, or choose from one of the popular SGPs already made for you in the Parlay Hub. If you haven't signed up yet, go to FanDuel.com/SECU to learn more. So visit FanDuel.com/SECU and get into the action with offers you don't want to miss. National disclaimer: must be 21 and older and present in select states, or 18 and older and present in D.C. First online real money wager, $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with the Kansas Star Casino LLC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.ma.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Guys, while I was reading that, I'm sure numerous of you went the over 8.5 there. And I'm here. I'm giving you reasons why for free. And you know why that's free, guys? Because you like, subscribe, you hit that notification bell, guys, and you are our best subscribers, best fans around, and we appreciate all you. But finally, guys, the third and final reason why the Razorbacks will be better in 2025, the second level of the defense. The defense is led by that second level. I think it's going to have to happen if Arkansas is going to surpass their 7-win total, get to 8 next year. But, I mean, I think this should be the best group of linebackers Sam Pittman and certainly Travis Williams, third-year defensive coordinator Arkansas, has had. I mean, Travis Williams, he's a linebacker. Right? He played at Auburn on the 2004 team with Carlos Dansby, the team that went undefeated but missed out in the national title against USC Oklahoma that year. He played. He was right next to them. He was the linebackers coach at Auburn, Coach Deshaun Davis, who led the SEC in tackles, KJ Britt, who plays a lot for the Tampa Bay Bucks, Tatum Bethune, who transferred from UCF, Travis Williams, his first defensive coordinator job at UCF. Me and him worked together there and at Auburn. But Tatum Bethune goes on, has a big year in 23 with Florida State and their big year. So my point being, Travis Williams is a very good technician. He understands that inside linebacker spot because he played it and he's been around some of the best we've seen over the past decade in this league. But you got Xavier Nsori. Man, we don't have to say Georgia transfer anymore. He's an Arkansas player. Led the team in tackles with 99 last year. Steven Dix, former Marshall Thunder and Herd player. He's alongside him as well. He finished third on the team in tackles last year. And then you got Caleb Wooden come over from Auburn. He's a transfer as well. And I think sometimes we forget, watch out for true freshmen. Tavian Wallace, that's a big Travis Williams signee last year. Around this time last year, big get out of the state of Georgia. He'll be a true freshman, has all the ability, athletic ability in the world. A lot of people didn't think Arkansas would hold on to him, but that's one of Travis Williams' things he prides himself on, his ability to recruit. If he's got an equal logo, he can go fight with the best of them and get them. That'll be key there. But I think, like I mentioned, you got two potential winnable plus all-conference type of players in Xavier Story and Steven Diggs. So I think they should be fired up about that. And then if Caleb Wooden and the true freshman Wallace can provide some depth, that would be key. So, I think you'd be fired up that second level unit. That's always a good thing. The defensive coordinator understands that foundation piece in the middle of his defense. And when I say middle, I'm not talking about defensive tackles. I'm really talking about, obviously, that second level. Now, do they have some holes in the front outside of Cam Ball in front of them? And obviously, Arkansas's had secondary problems, I think, since the Reagan administration, it feels like at this point. So that second level between Dix, between Sawyer are going to have to leave. They're probably going to have somebody step up. Like I mentioned, Wooden or a true freshman like Travion Wallace. But it's not fair to Wallace because this is a very physical, cerebral position to go throw a true freshman in and kind of hope he excels in. He's going to play, but unless they have some real injuries, I'm not going to see a lot. But I think he could help provide some depth there, certainly. But yeah, if Arkansas is going to be improved, it's going to start at that second level of the defense of those linebackers. That's the best. That's easily a top 3 unit on the entire team. I would say outside of Taylon Green, it's probably the linebackers, the strength of the team for Arkansas heading in to 2025, guys. But like I told you, in the Alabama to start off the series with Alabama, when I did why Alabama will be better in 2025. I'm going to be honest with you at the end of all this. I had to reach a little bit for this because I do think the linebacker is going to be good. I don't think the defense as a whole is going to be great in Fayetteville this year. And I'm looking for some help. I believe in Bobby Petrino. I believe in Taylon Green. I think they're going to take that next step, hit that trajectory in the second year. Just need some help on the offensive line. Need some help at the running back spot. Certainly at the wide receiver spot. So this is all going to have to come in together. I'm being real optimistic here, Arkansas fans. So again, go do what you may with our buddies over at FanDuel with that 5.5 win total for the Razorbacks in 2025. But if Arkansas were to hit the over and again, just they could win 6 games, hit the over team total in Vegas. But that's not making you better from what you were in 2024. This was a team that won 7 games after a Liberty Bowl win. So you got to get to 8. I think all 3 of things, certainly non-negotiable. They can't just hit on 2 out of 3 of these. If they were to go win 8 games, including a bowl win, just 7-5 in the regular season, they would have to hit on all these. And again, guys, all these, why I think Arkansas will be better in 2025, second year under Bobby Petrino. Him and Taylon Green, dynamic duo offensively in this league. I think the offensive line, second year under Eric Mateos, bringing in some portal guys like Corey Robinson, Caden Kittler, getting the best 5 out there, I think will help. And then I think Travis Williams, a linebacker, inside linebacker himself, I think they have 2 legitimate all-conference guys there in Steven Diggs and Xavier Story. So I think if Arkansas is better than they were last year, if they're better in 2025, it'll be again because of those 3 reasons, guys. But I appreciate you joining us here, guys. My name is Dave Shumate. Again, guys, y'all remember us last year. Football season officially here, guys. You're going to be seeing all these series coming at you as well for myself, Cole Thompson, and Chris Phillips as well, guys. But hey, don't forget, guys, this series is brought to you by our buddies over at FanDuel. So go give them a visit over there, guys. But guys, I appreciate you joining us. Keep coming for more, guys. This series is only going to continue, and I appreciate you taking the time. Let us know in the comments, like, review, and before you get out of here, please go like and subscribe. It's free. It keeps this channel free for you guys, but I appreciate you joining us. You have a phenomenal rest of your day.